Hello, dear readers of my book ABC of Truth, Rus. And hello to all the viewers of my channel, Kulanov Vyacheslav. Today we will continue to present the All Believers icons of atheistic Rus, and I will also present you the nuclear bond by the scruff of the neck of the Second Reich. It's the 35th movie, Icons of Constellation Months and Days of the Week, Chrysanthemum and Labarum. In the last movie, I told you about the real interpretation of the All Believers icons, images, letters from which the predictive tool of the Russian TRUTH RUS had been composed. Today we will continue to present the images of TRUTH RUS, and we will talk about atheistic images, icons that will make up calendar of Rus v.kulanov, and the real 10-day week with decades, about months and constellations. It was based on these icons that the biblical story had been invented. You already know that TRUTH RUS was distorted in the Tarot. Now you will know that in the Torah it is also a perverted Russian tool. I have already told you in details a lot of times. The Jews are just an invention for divining the world by the religious sects. There is no ancient Jewish religion. It doesn't happen that way. The plot is theirs, and the proofs and icons are ours. Only a mentally limited person does not see this, and is a mankind a human being. There is such a painting, The Last Supper. Read the last word in Russian letters. Veche, Ra. Such Veche is called Ra. The secret is that Leonardo da Vinci left you a clue. The icon clearly indicates who needs his head to be cut off and to whom to present it. Moreover, the first called one should see the next. The third head should be changed with the sixth one. The performer is the fourth one, the witness is the fifth one. The fifth Leonardo drew himself, explaining he was forced and paid. After rearranging the heads, everything falls into place, a woman's head to a woman's dress. So much for Virgo September. The Da Vinci Code had been solved. All Vechera icons depict 12-month or 13 real astronomical constellations, 13 constellations or features, which is visible from the icon of the festive row of St. Sophia of Novgorod. No Jesus, but the Orpheus stands at the bottom and carries a snake towel. The chamber of the month or the constellations. The icon of Andrew Rublev shows that the third from the Orpheus is the Virgin. Further, the good-giving part of the year changed for the good-destroying. November chopped on the table. Interesting story here is with the last name Rublev. The Clinton Museum of Russian Icons keeps an interesting icon of the Veche Ra. On it, the Orpheus has a round table in a clockwise direction. You can see that a beard had been drawn to the woman's face. The icon is in the internet and it can be found in a very good quality. I listened to Leonardo's suggestion and changed the heads. The icon belongs to Christianity, to the type of festive row. I will tell you what the festive row is in reality and how the icons had been presented in the festive row of St. Sophia of Novgorod. Thanks to the Soviet scientists who cleaned up the Nikon messes in 1959, I combine all the knowledge together and give you the final result. The scheme is as follows. The correct name of the image, Nikon's name of the icon, constellation, the following month, the name of the apostle, the real name, explanation of the essence. See for yourself if the names match. Christmas, Annunciation, Sagittarius, January, Simon the Zealot, Christmas Good News, Christmas Holiday. On the icon, the maiden will soon give birth to her husband, Summer, man's summer, Yan, and return to Ar, the sun, to the earth. The withdrawal of the Indian women's summer, birth of Christ, Capricorn, February, Thaddeus, and of Indian summer, women's summer, fair in Ra, Feras in Ra, on the icon of the good destroyer, living, it gives birth to the husband's summer, man's summer. Man's summer, Pascha, Candlemas, Aquarius, March, Matthew, Levi or lines, man's summer, Pascha, the average position of the sun on the icon, women's summer led to the heavenly temple of the man's summer mantra. There is absolutely no use to watch my videos out of order. Rusilla of April Life, Epiphany, Pieces, Apparel, Philip, Device Amarella, Lock Seeds, Felting Horse, the icon of the Spring River and the Lockseed Apparel. Apparel. Life's beginning, transfiguration, Aries, May, Yaakov Zavidev, drudgery of Arbot, plowing, sunrise seed. On the icon, there is a growing of the seed, the groundwork, drudgery. Lulia Ed, the rising of Lazarus, Taurus, June, Lulia, staking plants. On the icon, staking of Lula in medicine, the study of a failed life. Hence the tradition of the garter of people with help. Lulia, help. Entrance to Jerusalem, Gemini, July. Joan the theologian, Lula, donkey walk. Change of garters to goats. On the icon there is the result of the arrival of blessings and knowledge, removed garters, hence the old crosses with the embedded seeds and forged ancestral ashes. I wrote about the coal road, cross as the image of the vertical and the horizontal. Thick eater of Cancer, crucifixion, Cancer, August, Judas Iscariot, hasted, the end of the man's summer, the beginning of the women's summer, the beginning of the women's summer. The icon resembles changing years. Next to the crucifix, the good parent and the good destroyer are waiting to die. Cancer away seeks, hasted, carve the products of the summer. The end of man's summer, resurrection, dissident to hell, Leo, September, Peter the Apostle, haypacking. On the icon of the billet in the basement, the study withdrawal from the darkness of people on Kulishki to school, Hey Bolsheviks for adults and school for children, I gift, Ascension, Virgin, October, Andrew the first call, I give in days of nature on the icon of the eye, the crown of the 10th month, and Radost, joy in Russia, means get, Ra, I, the gift. String plate cover for the accumulated benefits. Noah's gathering in Sarai. Pentecost, Libra, November. James, the son of the Alphaeus. Cathedral privateers, month. North, the ship, Sar, port. Ships for the winter from the water. On the icon of the officious with the towel, not on the table. Rublov's November means it has been cut. Indian blessing giving summer change to the blessing destructing. Varvara as the change of Brr. Assumption, Scorpio. December is coming soon. Bartholomew. On the icon, the change of the good giving birth to the good destroying part of the women's summer or Indian summer. Officius, December, Deca, the 13th image, Officius, just where everyone is sitting at the table. There are constellations here, not month, with 13 cards, 12-month card turned into 13 constellations. Let me remind you of the real astronomy in the sky, not how the astrology lies. Sagittarius, December 18, January 18, Capricorn, January 19, February 15, Aquarius, February 16, March 11, Pisces, March 12, April 17, Aries, April 18, May 13, Taurus, May 14, June 12, Gemini, June 21, July 19, Cancer, July 20, August 10, Leo, August 11, September 16, Virgo, September 17, October 30, Libra, October 31, November 21, Scorpio, November 22, November 29, Officius, November 30, December 17. On the day of the date, it may change due to an extra quarter of the year in the year. Have you tried to compare writing numbers with sticks with the signs of the zodiac? You know, I wonder, such a great culture, and it has been squandered. How would I prove it now that all the numbers, letters, days of month, weeks, and in the end, the language is our original language, can be without these icons? Now about icons, names, and the real decade week. I have already written in my book in detail about the essence of the substitution of days of the week from 10-day to 7-day. The Holy Inquisition of the Second Reich moved everyone to a 7-day week, which was the symbol of the victory. The French Revolution did not bring her back for long. Previously, there were 3 days off in a week, the 5th, the 9th, and the 10th. The 9th was a PCB, Park Household Bath Day, so to speak, just Bath Thursday. The Cossacks were engaged in their military mission, and the Women's Day was the 6th. They were going to work on measures of the volume of the accumulated news. So the first one, there is such an icon with a Christian name, Paraskeva of the Iconom, deliberately mixed up before rescheduling to Friday. The name Paraskeva means Friday. Another is Holy Week, supposedly stands for nothing to do. The correct name is Ponatelnik, or Monday, the border of the beginning of the business. The opposite is true. Second, this icon, as well as however many icons in the weekly series, Christians had covered up with various saints, themselves and their chosen ones. Who only they are not covered up by? The correct name for it is Vtornik. Vtor means to repeat, to say over. Third, this is the icon of Mother Sophia and her children faith, hope, love. The right name is Sophia, coaxial, the axis in the phrase fight, that is, in the middle. So feet, or spotlight, when it shines, it has the center of the beam. So it's in the middle among the three. But it doesn't count, it's just an image, a pointer. Mid, the middle in the span Friday, the first half of the decadence, mid between three. Tell me, please, why today's degraded person does not see the word philosophy as a male and female name? Why is philosophy a Greek word and means love of wisdom? Philip, feet, lines. Sophia, balance. Fourth, a very rare and unmarked icon that had been redrawn, the one with the suits on the spears. Tsatsa icon is the only one left with genuine spears. Damn the bird, damn Virginia from the palace. Here, with the soldier stands the Metropolitan Ilya, the most landing icon. Maundy Thursday comes from the tradition of taking a bath before a fight or a hike. Fifth, there are a lot of perverted icons. Shame has no limits. All mothers and wives have been drawn beards, put on their dresses, and stop from letting them to the altar, putting up a wall. Apparently it was a shame at first, but it was forgotten, and they began to weigh on this wall already in impudent. Correctly, the icon was called Praskeva Pyatnitsa. Yat means the end of the first half of the decade. In Georgian, Friday is Paraskevi, for Friday. 5 is a measure of length that is equal to the distance between the fingers of the palm, hence the hook on the icon. As a rule, it shows a young girl, 5th in a row, or a girl in military clothing. Remember, it's Friday for Robinson. I have repeatedly told about Georgia and shown the similarity of the Georgian language with the essence of the Old Believers' images of Russia. Georgia and Russia are one and the same, they are not separable. You don't need to listen to the bastard politicians who try to divide us. And you need to let them go. We're not even two friendly people, we're essentially one people. In our concepts, we live by the same rules and the names of the old believers. 6th, it's full of converted and redrawn icons too. Malxi, either the second miracle worker or a loved one, and the holy whitewashed, because myself and the holy had been whitewashed. Su, bot, necked, talking, tapering, bot, sh. Have a nice new brush for the second hand. Time for the meetings and women's gathering. 7th, the icon survived among the old believers with the name 7. I, the creed of the Creator, the creating seed. As always, everyone drew a tough picture for their loved ones, for their ego. This icon speaks about the family by all the representatives up to the freaked who narrate the genus. Heresy, Andra, Malxi is mandatory. This icon says that everything happens, but the family is always united and unbreakable. For Christians, this icon is called Selected Saints with the redrawn and favorite. 8th, the most tragic history of the icon with the biggest backlash. The name of a Christian is the Resurrection and Mother of God. The correct way is to carry hay to fortress, voz, kres, senya. Cover or pokrov means under the roof. Erase the letter. The hay is stored under the roof. On the correct icon, the girl Senya brings a large sheaf of hay. As a rule, the drawbar is redrawn into a throne. On the icon I saw a haystack turned into a tree, on which the girl Senya was redrawn into a peasant with his legs tucked up. In this icon, Romanov's death. All lies about St. Petersburg alleged founding, it's the final fat point. Do you remember when I told you about the Senaya Square or the Haymarket Square in Russia and how the copper sun rose around the gates of the St. Isaac's Cathedral to the face of the bronze horseman on the corridor of the hay, about the Haymarket area? So Senya is the time of the women's summer to make hay. Ksenia of Petersburg is hay, not bricks. It is not blissful, but just time to mow, destroy and store, create benefits for the winter. It's too late to stick it to the man. After examining with all the icons with Ksenia, we will understand that the icons are much older than St. Petersburg. Even the internet is full of such icons, as the intercession with the resurrection of Christ and the signal Ksenia is. The Romanovs are a shameful page in our history. The Torah had replaced Tara. The past will restore our history. Istoriya from Russian language, all our images. Tara is all the teachings of Rus. Ninth, the most Cossack icon. Only here is Christianity the Cossacks turned into dung, calling it 9 martyrs of Kazakhs. This is the spitting in the face. That's right. Virga, Taurus, virginity, captivity, the boundaries of the creation, packing, accumulation of the inviolable stock for the winter. The essence of the life of the Cossacks is in this icon. Protect your faith, and her house of bread, protect your virgin. The icon shows all types of professions. Ears of corn in the hands of the Cossacks are usually covered up and idiotically funny sabers. Such a mock for those who have appropriated the feminine by wearing their dresses. Tans. And there's such an icon too. It says so on it. Deck. Pat ni tsa, the end of works, the creation, the putting the hay under the roof. The icon shows 5 girls covered with a soundboard inside the fortress and the 5 outside. Second hand. Repeat 5. It's painfully. It really hurts what the Inquisition did. It hurts to lose such a culture and become nothing. What motivated people to sell their memory and soul? What does it mean to curry favor with your superiors? What else have we lost? The word's meaning, the old believers, and it means almost the same, only the word of honor added, and it's the belief of honor. What is it really? I mean the honor. The old believers do not remember their true faith, and the Christians put their hands in it, and the old believers still remember the faith. Stop. I will tell you now about the colors from my grandfather's notebook. Everyone knows what diffraction is and remember the rule. Every hunter wants to know where the pheasant sits. In Russia, it was a little different. The brow of the birth of the good of every hunter wants to know the essence where the feathered pheasant sits. Remember that the essence means God. Red, orange, yellow, green, turquoise, cyan, blue, magenta, and purple. Draw everything in order in a circle starting from the right to left and return. Arrange the suits according to the color. Next to the pink inside the circle, apply white. And next to the crimson behind the circle, apply black. And here you have the 2 goods, the good destroying and the good giving, or Belaya Rus. Compare everything with the world map. What happens if you mix all the colors? They're brown. Have you ever heard the phrase Kara Nebesная, God's punishment? Now I will tell you what a chrysanthemum or labarum really mean. We will officially disclose the main lie of sorts with this book, and we will return the stolen goods. Remember, think, do not forget and carry it on. First, the official version. Chrisma, P in the crossing in the letter A, allegedly a monogram of the name of Christ, which consists of 2 initial Greek letters of his name, H and R, crossed among themselves. On the edges of the monogram are Greek letters, Alpha and Omega. Supposedly, this use of these letters goes back to the text of the Apocalypse. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, says the Lord, who is, was, and is to come, the Almighty. Charisma is widespread in epigraphy on the reliefs of the sarcophagi in the mosaics and probably dates back to the apostolic times. It is possible that its origin is connected with the words of the Apocalypse, seal of the living God. As always, probably, most likely, and so on. Charisma is the part of the Labarum, an ancient Roman military standard of a special type. As we already know, when the Holy Reich lies, there are a lot of interpretation options, as Lactation wrote. The Emperor Constantine the Great introduced it into the army after seeing the sign of cross in the sky on the eve of the Battle of the Mulden Bridge in 312. The Labarum had a charisma at the end of the shaft, and on the panel itself there was an inscription in Latin, hoc vince, in Old Slavonic, sim pobdice. Constantine ordered to depict charisma on the shields of his soldiers, and despite the advantage of the enemy in numbers, he won the victory. These words were later embroidered on his banner. Constantine forbade the persecution of Christians and on his deathbed accepted Christianity by himself. According to the church tradition of Eusebius of Caesarea, he dates the first appearance of Labarum to the time of his service in Gallia, long before the Battle of the Mulden Bridge. Constantine said to him, "One day, in the midday hours of the day, when the sun was already beginning to decline to the west, I saw with my own eyes the sign of the cross made up of light and lying in the sun with the inscription Toi tonica." Yes, you see, it's already written in Russian. This is Nika. I mean victory. It's elementary to see how this Nika had been turned into hoc vince. Labarum is the state banner of supposedly imperial Rome. You all remember about Rus by the name of the Pera, Rus Impera. Keep in mind the post of the Ray Cossacks in any star fortress. You need to watch my movies in order, otherwise you won't understand anything. The post of Kazan Ray Apostle Andy Ray is equipped with a dome with an opening top adapted for the observation and research of astrophysical, technical, and mechanical laws of motion of physical bodies in the starry sky. The altar is designed to observe the sunrise points on the horizon. How else can I call this post? That's right, the lab. And how do we subconsciously say this word as a child? Officially, the laboratory goes from Latin laboro, means I work. And here, philologists are clearly once again got it wrong. So, after all, slavery, work, and slave. Just like that when I was a kid. Only not Toria, but Taria. Ra, Bo, La, Tara. The eternity of the essence described by the created OKLINTICA, eclipted. Created means described on the earth. It's not Labarum. The right thing is Ramorum. After all, the letter R is in the crosshairs of the apostolic ray. Or maybe it's not the letter R, but a chopping axe. Uslo means node of the circle line sliding, the way around the circle. I wrote about Tuzla. So after all, Ruslo and Rus. That's what it got from. So it means there's more than one letter missing from the charisma. Just think about it, and the alpha and omega of this supposedly charisma are clearly compasses and anchors. I have already written a lot about huius and the definition of the coordinates by which we need a table fixed in the horizon. I have returned to you the flag of Rus a long time ago. Now I present to your attention the coat of arms of Russia, Ra-bo-rum. There is such a coin of 1721, the year when, supposedly in the Northern War, the Romanovs captured St. Peter of Russia and renamed Muscovy to Russia. The reverse of this coin shows the cross of the Order of Christ and the motto of the alleged Portuguese monarchs, in hoc signo vinces. It sounds like hook, strong wine session. The cross of the Order of the Cross is generally a Georgian flag, and on the coat of arms of the government of the Russian state, the inscription Sim Conqueror on the Ether St. Andrew's ribbon crowned the entire state symbol. In Western culture, the Latin translation of the coat of arms, slave oratory of stolen Rus, this is Nick, in hoc vigno vinces, the emblem of the Jesuits, the motto of the Portuguese monarchs, the motto of the Sobieski family, the motto of the Fraternity of the Order of Knights of St. George, the emblem of the Knights Templar. The public is inscribed in the motto of the English Defense League, the motto of many military units and armed groups, schools, sport communities. That's how it is. That's what we got in sports. What have you heard about vexillum, which is supposedly the Roman legions? Correctly, a bill of exchange for judging a dispute. It is written there in this way, dispute. They made Q out of O and thought they had hidden it. About the abbreviation of the supposedly Latin phrase SPQR. Read it for yourself. They also can decide what it is, and a bunch of options can come here. That's how they robbed out our mother Rus with the falling out of His Holiness. The word proletarian is interesting as well. So, the coat of arms of the rabolatory of stolen Rus had been washed from the dirt of His Holiness and His honor. It had been restored. In addition, we saw that the images of the Ra icons is an integral part of the laboratory, as well as the method of regression in the past lives, which I have already written about. People try to explain and predict events, weather, calendar dates of agricultural work, personal life, and many more. Our great scientific culture has become the envy and the reason to destroy us. Holiness has tried to do everything to make us forget ourselves. We forgot that we are great and fair Rusici of atheistic laboratory, in which reincarnation is a basic physical fact. The people of Rus were not fools before, but they remember their unambiguous Christian mandate. They honored their culture, homeland and fatherland. Read your oath, men. A lot of laws are on our side now. Are not our feelings of believers had been defiled? That is our homeland and fatherland, the primary old believers' Rus, or the New Testament of the Second Reich. The old believers' pre-Nikon astrophysical faith had been restored. Download all these videos with no exception and place a new file on your pages and websites. Copy this video to all the resources. I repeat, distribute, and in addition to as a link, like a new download of this video. Now I address to all the bloggers, upload these videos about the icons to your channels and groups, and to all the resources. There is no time for strife, greed, or personal ambition. Every man of honor should do this. The real Tara had been restored according to my grandfather's description. Contact us. I ordered a small batch. This tool is not for everyone. This tool for those who know all my knowledge very well and want to learn how to predict. This tool includes a wooden tarantas box of storing cards, 109 images, red tape, and a book of detailed descriptions of the predictive cards. Bring the light and multiply the real mind. Thanks for your attention, and may all the good come to your family.